fender bender on a Carlsbad freeway turned into a violent stabbing. I have details from inside the courtroom.
Local firefighters are in Spokane right now, battling devastating wildfires.
Vector control is spraying across our county today to try and control our mosquito population. But did you know mosquitoes like some blood types more than others? We'll tell you their favorites.
Merch with meaning. How you can support your favorite lion, tiger, and bear.
We are learning disturbing new details tonight in a road rage incident that turned violent, and some of the attack was caught on camera. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Shana Handy, in tonight for Carlo. Investigators say it happened Sunday night on an I-5 off-ramp in Carlsbad. That's where a driver got out of his car, pulled out a knife, and stabbed another man. That suspect was in court for his first time today.
News 8's Alex Cheney was there and joins us live with the new details revealed in court today. Alex?
Yeah, no, that's right. Some of these details are really disturbing. Well, that suspect faced a judge for the first time today where he pleaded not guilty to his charges. And prosecutors revealed some grisly details about the attack, saying the victim suffered life-threatening injuries.
I wish I could see anything. I don't know what to do.
Investigators say 49-year-old Orlando Chavez was driving a black Chevrolet Silverado when his truck rear-ended a white Silverado on the I-5 off-ramp to Tamarack Avenue around 7 p.m. Sunday night in Carlsbad.
There are two victims, a male victim and a female victim.
Today in court, Chavez pleaded not guilty to 2 felony charges: attempted murder against the 26-year-old male victim passenger and assault with serious bodily injury against a 22-year-old female driver.
Got my truck in, I see them fighting.
Isaac Mandlawi was driving behind the 2 trucks and recorded the attack on his cell phone.
Should I just go around?
Prosecutors say after the 2 drivers stopped, Chavez walked to the other truck and punched the 22-year-old female driver several times.
And then he kept punching her. He got about 3-4 good punches. Very good punches.
The video shows the male passenger get out of the truck, then climb back inside. That's when investigators say Chavez opened the passenger door, pulled out a knife, and stabbed him 5 times in the stomach.
Oh my God.
Like he was like 1, 2, 3. That's what I saw. But he actually stabbed him 5 times. It was so quick. But when I actually saw him afterward, he had his guts. His guts came out.
In court, prosecutors said the victim's injuries were so severe that surgeons had to remove his intestines to repair the damage before placing them back inside his body.
He had about, I'd say about 4 or 5 foot of good guts out.
Mandlawi says he followed the victims as they drove a short distance to Hibiscus Street to get help.
And I just stood in the main street until like maybe 30 seconds to 40 seconds when police arrived. I just stood in the main street and waved them down.
Prosecutors say the male victim remains in the ICU. The female victim is recovering at his bedside. Investigators say Chavez fled after the stabbing, but was arrested about an hour later. Court records show he has a 1998 conviction for assault with a deadly weapon. Investigators are still trying to determine whether drugs or alcohol played a role in the attack. Chavez is being held on no bail, and if he is convicted, he will face up to 14 years in prison. His next court appearance is set for August 13th. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
Alex, did the person who recorded that video tell you that he saw anything happen? Were they with the 2 trucks driving erratically or anything before that actual bump from behind?
I believe there was a short confrontation between the 2, right after that bump, Marcella, but prosecutors would not go into that today in court.
All right, we will learn more as the case continues. Thanks so much, Alex. A Vista man is behind bars after days of allegedly terrorizing his apartment complex. Investigators say 64-year-old Logan Hines fired a BB gun at a neighbor early yesterday morning. Deputies say in recent days, Hines had also thrown items into a shared courtyard, smashed his apartment window, and repeatedly harassed neighbors. When deputies tried to contact him at his home, they say he threatened to shoot or stab anyone who entered. A SWAT team responded, and after about an hour of negotiations, Hines did surrender. Both he and a deputy suffered minor injuries during the arrest. Wildfires are exploding across the West.
And tonight, local firefighters are helping answer the call. In Washington state, some of the more than 60,000 people evacuated during this week's fires in Spokane are returning to burned down neighborhoods. Many are finding little or nothing left of their homes. One woman says she left her home of 25 years with only her dogs and the clothes on her back.
There's nothing. I think what's hitting me the most is honestly just driving down the road that I have for so many years and seeing all of my neighbors' houses gone, and to see it completely devastated is just mind-boggling.
Officials say they have not found any fatalities or significant injuries, which is widely attributed to early evacuations as the fires grew. As firefighters battle to get them under control, temperatures are rising, but winds are expected to stay favorable until Friday. And nearly 80 San Diego fire rescue personnel are now deployed across 4 states, including Washington, battling those wildfires.
And as News 8's Kelly Hessedal shares, CAL FIRE has crews on the front line as well.
Crews from San Diego Fire Rescue and CAL FIRE are both out there battling these wildfires. You know, it's something they have a lot of experience doing. So they're out there in those communities trying to save lives and homes just as they would here in San Diego.
They're trying to ensure that they save someone's home, that they save someone's life.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Deputy Chief Dan Eddy spoke to News 8 about the nearly 80 San Diego fire rescue personnel that are fighting fires in other states, including a large group deployed in Washington.
They've been up there for one day. They're currently on what's called the Old Trails fire, is where they're assigned. They're doing well, just like anything. Luckily, the crews that are there are crews that have seen this. They've gone through this, these large-scale fires.
He says sometimes crews get a little sleep after the long drive. Other times they're sent directly into the firefight.
But they did say right now it is hot, nasty conditions like we normally see when you get above those large-scale fires. And when you start losing multiple homes or hundreds of homes, you know that fire front is just churning behind it.
CAL FIRE has deployed nearly 400 firefighters and 60 pieces of equipment since mid-July to multiple states as well. CAL FIRE Captain Mike Cornett.
We're all working towards one common goal, to save lives and protect property, put that fire out. So anytime that we could assist our neighbors or have our neighbors assist us is a benefit for the community and the residents.
The fires have scorched more than 10,000 acres, destroyed hundreds of homes, and forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate. Officials say it's one of the worst wildfire disasters Washington has ever seen. Deputy Chief Eddy warns San Diegans, be ready.
I would say for our season coming down here in Southern California, it's coming our direction. It starts in the north, those states of Washington, Oregon, Northern California, and slowly moves its way down. So if you are here in Southern California, if you're watching this, be prepared.
And you know, we talk about this all the time, but have that defensible space cleared around your home, have your go bag ready, have a plan in place to evacuate, as we are certainly heading into some of the highest risk months for wildfires here in San Diego. Kelly Hessedal, News 8.
Construction remains a headache on Highway 101 tonight as crews work through the Leucadia Streetscape project.
It's meant to improve things for walkers and cyclists along the 2.5-mile corridor, but businesses say the delays are hitting their bottom line.
News 8's Steffi Roche is working for you tonight, joining us live from Leucadia. Steffi, what are business owners telling you?
Right. Well, the business owners, they say that this current phase of construction that you can see here right where I'm standing, they say that this has been going on since 2024 and tell me that it was supposed to be completed in 2025. Clearly not what happened. Now, the initial groundbreaking of this project started back in 2021. The current phase of the multi-year project, which again started in 2024, stretches from Jupiter Street to La Costa Avenue. But I learned the project's timeline was extended by about 1.5 years after the Encinitas City Council approved additional drainage improvements, including a new storm drain to reduce flooding along the corridor. Jeff Shea, the owner of Leucadia Cyclery and a board member of Leucadia 101 Main Street Association, tells me the construction has negatively impacted business since it started, and he even explained there's been new frustrations just today.
Yesterday and today, they diverted traffic into the new asphalt lane, and which is great, but they left this lane as a sort of local access lane, and what it's doing is creating safety issues, basically doubling down on the safety issues. You're merging traffic, you're asking people to go slow and make a right-hand turn, a 90-degree turn to get into my business. There's no signage alerting people besides that little 8.5 by 11 black and white sign. So we're anticipating some serious traffic problems, if not some injuries.
I reached out to Mike James, the deputy city manager for the city of Encinitas. He says they have heard concerns raised by the business community and want to get the project completed as soon as possible. He tells me that starting this month, they do have plans to start hosting monthly meetings with the business community to provide updates. And I also asked him when they estimate and have an anticipated end date for this work. He says they anticipate it should be completed, at least this phase of the construction project, by the end of the year. But I'm going to have more on this story tonight at 9 and 11. For now, reporting live from Encinitas, I'm Steffi Roche, News 8.
Let's hope they stick to that timeline, Steffi. 2024, that's a long time. Thanks for that live report.
Yep.
Now remember, if there's something you'd like us to look into, just email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
The San Diego Humane Society says its main shelter is now out of space after another surge of animals arrived just this week. They took in 9 dogs from a Linda Vista home yesterday after the owners were evicted. Some had to be moved to their other campuses because the San Diego shelter, as we mentioned, is now full. The Humane Society says in addition to those 9 dogs, more than 120 animals arrived across all 4 locations yesterday, including strays and surrenders. They are now urging the community, pleading with them actually, to adopt, foster, donate, or reclaim lost pets to help ease the overcrowding. And feeding and caring for all those animals takes a lot of resources.
Exactly. If you just head down there, even if you don't think you want to adopt, you might fall in love with one of them.
Yes.
So.
Or maybe if you have room, you could foster. Little temporary, little fix on that puppy love. Dozens of horses rescued by the Humane Society are now ready for adoption.
What the shelter wants potential adopters to know still ahead. Plus, your blood type could determine how much of a target you are for mosquitoes. We're sharing what else can attract the pesky pests and the precautions you can take.
And will Javier Becerra debate his Republican rival in the race to be California's next governor? He gave us an answer, but only after trying to avoid reporters entirely. We'll share what he said coming up.
We have some flood concerns across portions of Missouri, and that's because you have the clashing air masses, area of low pressure over Canada, big ridge of high pressure, and unfortunately that is fueling the heat concerns and also fire weather concerns across the state of Washington with air quality alerts. And locally, we are looking at more of those heat alerts. All the details are coming up.